What's up YouTube, this is Shuttleboy and I'm back with yet another video. Today's video we're going to be doing basically a sneaker news kind of thing, a little bit different thing. I wanted to do this video, I had an idea for it, of basically, I know during this time with the pandemic and all this other stuff going on in the world, it's just really kind of depressing to be honest, and there's just not a lot to look forward to, especially in different industries that involve product and stuff. Just a lot of things are getting pushed back, such as sneakers, apparel, collabs, stuff like that. Hell, you know, golf isn't dropping nearly as much as they used to as well. And even in other medias and stuff, such as with movies being pushed back, video games being pushed back all the time. So yeah, it's just really hard to see a light at the end of this tunnel right now because there's just really not anything all that exciting going on right now. But I wanted to go and look at, this is where I came up with the video, is I wanted to go and look at pretty much every brand I can think of just off the top of my head that I really am enjoying. And I just want to show something exciting to look for with that brand. There's something really honestly exciting to look forward to with every brand right now. It might be a small thing, other ones might be a lot larger than others, but there is something exciting in sneakers regardless, and I'm really excited to make this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this too. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you are, and without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with, you know, one of my favorite brands lately, New Balance. I had to do it to them. As you can see, this is for Kawhi right now. Big time for him right now. Obviously, the playoffs are going on, and his shoe, I believe, debuted during All-Star break. But it's finally releasing, and they're kind of doing what they did with the Omnis before, where it's starting in limited quantities, and then hopefully by next season, they will start pumping them out a little bit more easily to get. So unfortunately, this is one of those shoes that you're not really going to have a chance to get because of how I filmed this and all. It's already sold out and everything. But this shoe is really cool. It's obviously Kawhi's first signature sneaker. Unfortunately, the Omnis, I guess, really wasn't a signature sneaker. I was kind of worried about that going forward, but they did a good job selling it because the storytelling on that was all very Kawhi oriented. So I don't know how they did that, but still, nonetheless, this is the new shoe, and I really like it. At first, I wasn't feeling it when we first saw it at All-Star break, I believe, but I'm really liking it now, and when it becomes a little bit more available, I definitely want to cop a pair. I just really like Kawhi. He's probably my favorite player right now. LeBron's always been one of mine too, though, just growing up like Ohio bound and stuff. But yeah, they did it based off the original colorway of the Omnis that he wore, and it was the first colorway that released. And this was also the colorway, they're calling this the 4 Bounce colorway because this is the shoe he wore during that awesome shot that happened. So overall, I just really like this a lot. I love that they did this collab of clothing as well, how they've been doing that. And I also like, I understand why this might be a little dumb to some people. I like that they make like a running model that has Kawhi branding as well. This one actually has his logo on it. I don't like it when they don't put his logo on stuff, but then say it's a Kawhi thing like with these sneakers usually. But this one has the logo, so I do really like that actually. It's just a cool thing that you can get some more Kawhi stuff out there. And the clothing's alright, nothing crazy, but I'm really excited for the future because I'm sure there's a bunch more that can come out. Also, I'm really loving the Omnis Low. This colorway is fire. But yeah, see, you can already see it. There's so many cool shirts right now already. And I'm just really excited for the future of New Balance basketball. But moving on, we talked too much about that, but Reebok. We got Reebok up here. I already brought this up in the other previous video that I am super excited for this shoe. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to pass. As you can see, it's releasing later tonight, actually. And I'm probably going to have to pass on this just because $140 right now. I just bought the Simpsons pair. Kind of trying to just save some money here. But this is, man, this is a tough pill to swallow that I'm going to have to pass on this because I have been dying to get a pair of Reebok Questions for the longest time, and I just never am really satisfied with the colorway that comes out. Then later on down the line, I look back at some of the colorways and I'm like, you know what? That was actually a good one. I kind of missed out on that. And then the new one rolls around and I'm like, this is just so lame. And then later on, I like it. But this one is, without a doubt, it's an original colorway. This is the original colorway, and it actually has a great story about how this is kind of like the sample version that it originally came out at only around 6,000 pairs to retail, but then they found out that people were really liking the leather toe version more, so they went with that and canceled this version. So this is truly the original of the original, and really want this shoe, but gonna probably have to pass here. But saw Montrezl Harrell wearing it in the Clippers game, and that was pretty fire. But moving on, I love me some Saucony, believe it or not. I only have one pair at the time, but I love a lot of Saucony models. And this one, I think, needs some love because I doubt anybody's going to have a video on this shoe. But I really like this shoe, and I hope to cop it in the future. I like this colorway. It's called the Jazz Hybrid. Now, if you don't know anything about Saucony, one of Saucony's most popular models ever is the Saucony Jazz. That is the sneaker that was very popular in running, and I believe it was more popular with women's running, actually, believe it or not. And I really like the Saucony Jazz in general, and I love the direction this is going in, because Saucony, I feel like they need to be just embracing their past a little bit more. They have some other really cool models that are from their past there, but I really like when a brand takes their heritage and makes a new shoe with it. That's what I want to see Saucony doing a lot more in the future, and this is a great step in that direction. Only $100. I wish it was maybe 90 or 80. I think people would be copping this like crazy. This is definitely a shoe on my radar. I'm going to wait for a sale or something because I don't think this shoe is going to sell all that well. The other colorways aren't all that great of this sneaker, though, I will say, but this one is really cool. And yeah, just really liking this Jazz Hybrid. Now, next is going to be from Vans. And yeah, we have the Simpsons collab. I could have been talking about that, but I didn't want to waste you guys' time with that again. But this is a model I have seen for a while now, and I just really like it, and I would like to cop a pair in the future. And that is the Lowland CC, which is just this retro skating shoe that has a little bit more paneling than a typical Vans sneaker would have. Has some leather on it, which isn't really something that you get a ton from Vans. It's usually very canvas or suede based. And I'm really liking this. I love the V logo on the side too. Very old school, like 90s vibes of a skate shoe in this, and I love this model. And this colorway just looks sweet. I love yellow, and that blue, yellow and blue looks really nice. So this is a sneaker that is definitely on my radar, and this colorway is great. There's other really good colorways too I've seen in the past, but I really like this one a lot. Now, moving on to Converse. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's not a lot going on in Converse. I think they might have been affected a little bit more by everything going on than most, just because I don't really see them doing much of anything lately. And obviously we've seen with golf, they've just kind of pushed back all the Giannos and stuff, from our knowledge, at least so far. But this is a sneaker that when I was perusing their website, this is what I came over that I thought was cool. The Pro Leather. The Pro Leather is a great model. It is basically the sneaker that Dr. J wore, Julius Erving, back in the 80s for basketball. So it is a classic without a doubt. This is the low version. He usually wore the high. The high is just not that wearable at all. I wish I could wear it, but I just don't see that as very wearable in any instance, unfortunately. So the low version, while it kind of irks me a little bit because it's just not how it's supposed to be. The high version is supposed to be the way to go with this sneaker. But I'm loving what they did with this rug-like pattern logo with the felt trim on it and just that Charlotte Hornets colorway. Nothing crazy, but I mean, $48 for this, $49. And I mean, the colorway is clean with the off-white sole. Just something I definitely wanted to bring to you guys' attention. Now next is going to be from Nike, and that is the Nike Air Trainer 3. I really like this shoe. Unfortunately, a while back, sometime last year, I believe it was, the Medicine Ball Nike Air Trainer 3 came out, or maybe it was towards the winter, and I missed out on it, and I'm really disappointed I did because that colorway is really nice. But nonetheless, they have this Nike Air Trainer 3 out there, and I'm not sure if this is an original colorway or not. I cannot really remember. But I do think that this is a really nice colorway that looks like it could be an original colorway. And I just really like the shoe. It has a lot of paneling, and I like that it's not really a basketball shoe, but it looks sort of like a basketball shoe. And I like the cut of it too. It's not really a high top. It's kind of more on the low end. So a lot more wearable than it really meets the eye. Now, we're going on to Jordan Brand, and I just wanted to shout this shoe out first because when I was going through their website, and this is not just the first time this has happened to me, but multiple times I have come across this shoe called the Jordan Westbrook One Take, and this is definitely not a casual sneaker, but geez, if you want a cool shoe for basketball, I think this is the one, man, because this is only $100. And it looks better than the signature Westbrook shoe that's supposed to be the flagship model. This one just looks so cool, and this colorway is super clean. And I would love to see this color palette on more shoes in the future, but you guys know how much I love my orange. But moving on, I do want to talk about just for Jordan Brand, the Oregon Ducks PE basically coming back out. There's not a ton for Jordan Brand coming out just like that's already on the website right now. And you guys know with Jordan Brand in general, a lot of things tend to just sell out really fast. So I wanted to put something on here that's coming soon that hasn't sold out yet. But this is one that's definitely on my radar. It's supposed to come out in September, so pretty close, honestly. I'm really liking it. It depends how limited it is for me to cop it. I don't really want to jump through hoops for this sneaker, but I am very happy this is coming out. I think the idea of people saying we need to preserve PEs and let them be like that is just kind of dumb to me. You can still appreciate them for what they are. But really like this shoe, and I'm really happy it's coming out and pretty much in original form. Now for Adidas, there's not a ton happening with Adidas. Well, there kind of is. I really like the Donovan Mitchell shoe, the second shoe coming out. That looks really cool. The collabs with Crayola look really nice, believe it or not. I'm really excited about the new Derrick Rose shoe that I believe it's the 11th model for him. Hopefully that comes out and is a little bit easier to get than the 10th model. But this is one that's coming out in the near future that I'm really feeling, and I just came across it one day and I was like, you know what, this is actually really surprisingly nice. And that is this collaboration with the streetwear brand Noah. A lot of you guys probably know about this brand, but this is very reminiscent, or they have like sort of a tie to Supreme, basically. So that's what kind of got them off to being such an interesting brand, or just getting a lot of eyes on them. And they're doing this collab with Adidas, and I actually really like it. They're actually working with the whole Parley Ocean stuff, where they basically use plastics to make the shoes. It's supposed to help just with pollution in the ocean, taking plastic from the ocean and making sneakers. And I actually know some people that gotten sneakers from the Parley collabs, and I do really like the whole thought of all of that. And to do it in a classy looking shoe like this one is really awesome. This is the SL20, which is actually kind of a homage to the SL72, which is one of the original Adidas models right here. Which, this is another cool one. There's a couple other sneakers here that are just kind of more black based here. I really love this color palette right here. And personally, I actually think I would want the SL20 out of all of them. I really like this shoe. Just has like an aquatic look to it, which actually is part of the inspiration on this. And this is something that's definitely on my eye. It probably will sell out kind of fast, so I probably won't get it. But if it was to sit, I would definitely get on this, especially because I think Light Strike is supposed to be very comfortable. Oh, and last but not least, I did want to talk about the sneaker because I didn't see where else I would be talking about this shoe, and that is the Jordan Union collab. This is the Jordan 4, but I do want to talk about the collab as a whole. That I just think that this collaboration, it's very controversial, as you can tell by me just jumbling up words right now. But a lot of people are just really annoyed and saying that this is just not meeting the standards whatsoever. People are going to buy them anyways and going to be thousands, even though they're not to that level. My personal opinion on this, I saw it immediately when it was leaked and everything. And when I saw it, I actually liked it, but I will say, I immediately thought when I saw it, people are going to hate these. And not only that, this is definitely going to be one of those shoes that exposes sneaker culture in a sense, where you know damn well if this was not a collaboration with a high-profile brand like Union, it would be sales racks, it would be on that level, because this is definitely looks a lot more like a hybrid sneaker than a Jordan 4. This fits a lot more into that Just Don Legacy shoe than anything. That's what I think of most, and those actually went to sales racks, believe it or not. So yeah, I personally kind of like it. I do like it because I do think hybrid Jordans can be cool when they incorporate legacy material for the most part. But it has to be done tastefully. I do like this shoe. I will not be copying it, though, without a doubt, because people are going to go crazy for this. But I like it. But I do not like what it's going to stand for in the future. And I do want to shout out the other two shoes. These are mad doo-doo, though, because this kind of proves my point that because these are hybrid models, nobody's going to be buying these two. But because the other one's a Jordan 4, people are going to be buying that one a lot, and because it's a Union collab. These will sell out, though. These two hybrids will sell out because they're Union collabs, but, I mean, we can all agree that these two are just not it either. But nonetheless, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below what you think of all those sneakers I saw, or let me know a sneaker that you are really excited for in the future, because there is still a lot of cool things coming out, albeit not as much as usual, but just want to spread some positive thinking out there, because I know it's really easy right now to just kind of see the negatives. But please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, guys, and please subscribe if you haven't already for more golf wing, more sneakers, more clothing, more Shuttleboy. And this is Shuttleboy, guys, and I'm out, guys. Peace.